Hello mga kaklase, nandito na tayo sa medyo exciting na part which is talking about the principles of design. So ano nga ba yung principles of design? Like what we said on the previous video, yung principles of design is yung paano natin lutuin yung ingredients natin, which are the elements of design. So principles of design describes the process that the designer used the elements in creating the design. So in English ko lang. So what's about it? So what's the first principle of design? The first principle of design is the balance. So this is the distribution of visual weight. Meron tayong tinatawag na visual balance tsaka mathematical balance. Malalaman natin yan maya-maya. So elements should be arranged carefully to balance and make the design feel stable. Kunyari, merong mga design na nakikita ka na medyo naiirita yung mata mo kasi nga hindi siya balance. Yan yung ibig sabihin niya. So meron tayong tinatawag na symmetrical balance. Ito yung balance na mathematical, meaning kung ano yung size ng mga elements dito, dapat ganun din dito. Meron din tayong tinatawag na asymmetrical balance. So ano nga bang ibig sabihin nun? Na kahit magkaiba yung ano nila, yung shapes nila or magkaiba yung form nila, they still feel balanced dahil sa distribution of weight nila, 'di ba? So, yun yung asymmetrical balance. Yung visual balance naman is kahit hindi sila mathematically balanced or ibig sabihin na hindi sila magkapareho ng size, ng weight, tapos pag sa mata mo, dapat mo pa rin siyang i-balance. Yun yung tawag doon, yung visual balance. So, need natin magkaroon ng through time and through practice, we will learn that, no, na kahit mata-matahin lang natin, alam natin na balance na siyang tignan. So next naman na principle of design is emphasis. So this is strategically emphasizing an element, no, na part of design. So kung makita nyo sa example natin, meron tayong paulit-ulit na yellow circles, tapos meron tayong red circles sa gitna nila. So this is emphasizing, meaning ginagawa natin siyang iba kumpara sa mga elements na nagpapalibot sa kanya. So yan yung emphasis. So learn to use emphasis, experiment on it on your designs. So next naman, let's talk about movement. Ano ba yung movement? So yung movement is yung taking the viewer's eye to a specific focal point of area. Kunyari sa example natin, we are using a trapezoid, a very anong tawag dyan, very narrow trapezoid to lead them to the house, you know. So that's the movement. Parang meron kang panggagalingan tapos meron kang pupuntahan. It's a visual anong tawag dyan, illusion that will make you say na may movement siya. So next naman, let's talk about pattern. It's a very basic principle of design. Usually ginagawa na natin ito pero hindi natin alam na yun pala ang tawag doon. So pattern is just the repeating of an object or symbol or elements all over the design. So usually nakikita natin sa pattern sa background, pattern sa textile, pattern sa ano pa ba? There are different uses, no, sa pattern. So if you're trying to practice as well, you can also use this technique or this principle on your designs para mas maging attractive siya. Next, let's talk about repetition. So if you can notice, yung principles of design are just parang nag-i-evolve lang sila from one principle to another principle. So kunyari ito, repetition. This is like pattern din, di ba? Kasi paulit-ulit din siya. Works with pattern but adds dynamics to its movement to the design. So if you use the same element tapos pinattern mo siya, tapos you create the dynamics of spacing niya, so nangyayari yung repetition. Parang meron siyang movement na nangyayari. So that's the whole purpose of repetition, to make the pattern parang they move unitely, or parang meron silang unity of movement. Next naman, let's talk about rhythm, right? So as you can see, rhythm is just repetition, but the dynamics of its elements is medyo mas may direction na siya. Hindi lang siya parang stagnant na parang pattern na pinagsusunod-sunod mo. Dito mas meron na siyang direction. So it creates mood like music and dancing. Also adds excitement. So it creates yung feeling na very synchronized motion. So that's the power of rhythm. So if you have projects that you want to create, posters for music, posters for music festival, dancing, concerts, you can actually use this principle. So this is just a way of like using an element para mas maging interesting sila. So next would be the unity. So unity is the feeling of harmony. Isa din to sa gusto kong parang na mention na kanina na pag tinignan mo yung elements na pinagsama-sama mo, if it doesn't irritate your eye, then it means most probably mean that they have unity. So yung unity din, yung pag pinagsama-sama mo yung elements na merong connection. Kunyari, headline, sub-headline, di ba? Di kasi pwedeng headline tapos ilagay mo sa baba ng headline is yung mga yung DTI permit, yung mga ganon sa advertisement, di ba? So, you want headline, you want supporting headline para magkaroon sila ng unity. Mas madali nating i-navigate yung design. Mas madali nating ma-digest kung ano bang gustong iparating ng design or information na gusto niyang iparating. That's the use of unity, the principle unity. So next naman is hierarchy, which is for me, is the simplest, no? Na pwede nating i-apply sa ating mga design. So ano ba yung hierarchy? I don't know if you have seen this image sa internet, yung first you will read this, then you will read this. So actually that's a very good example of hierarchy. Meaning pinapakita niya sa kung ano ba dapat yung information na una mong mabasa. So, kunyari sa mga social media, ano bang dapat natin mabasa? Ano ba yung topic, 'di ba? Kung gagawa ka ng poster for an event, ano bang gusto mong mabasa? Yung details ba o yung topic muna? So, this is the use of hierarchy, principle of hierarchy. It's very useful especially sa mga UX designer, but UI designer, social media designer, poster designer, actually sa lahat ng branches ng design, no? It is very useful. So I hope that you will keep this in mind and you will try this when you do design, kasi hierarchy is a very good principle that you can use for your designs. So on the next video, we will talk about the good design versus the bad design. So now that you know the principles of design, you have I hope, no, na meron na kayong idea kung paano ba natin malaman o i-observe yung design, tapos masabi natin kung alin ba doon ang good and bad design. So see you on the next video, and let's compare good design versus bad design.